Did you know a robot crashed a science festival in Australia? From AI mishaps to cosmic mysteries, this is X News Now. Buckle up for the wildest stories shaping our world. At a science festival down under, researchers unleashed a humanoid robot powered by ChatGPT to see how people would react. Well, the verdict is in Pepper. The robot was a total glitch. This human-looking bot could talk, wave, and even make eye contact, but that's where the charm ended. Pepper stared blankly, talked over people, and missed every social cue. One guy tried a high five and got ghosted. The researchers found that while Pepper looked human, its robotic behavior just creeped people out. The biggest complaint: it acted like a clunky script with limbs instead of a real person. Yikes, talk about an uncanny valley. Would you hang out with a robot like Pepper, or does the whole thing give you the heebie-jeebies? From AI fails to a potential solution for the world's water woes. Half of humanity faces water scarcity for at least a month every year, according to the UN. But a Norwegian company called Waterize might have the fix: deep-sea desalination. Their pilot system taps into the sheer pressure on the ocean floor to slash the energy costs of making seawater drinkable. By leveraging this natural force, the tech could bring clean water to parched places like the Caribbean and the UAE. It's like installing a giant straw into the ocean to quench the world's thirst. The future of water may literally lie under the waves. Could ocean-powered desalination be the solution to the global water crisis, or is it just a drop in the bucket? Space just got a whole lot weirder with the discovery of a bizarre cosmic object that's breaking all the rules. Astronomers found something called ASKAP J1832-911 that flashes radio waves and X-rays every 44 minutes, like clockwork. Getting both low and high-energy signals from one source is like finding a lava lamp that also charges your phone. It just doesn't make sense. The flashes last 2 minutes and repeat with eerie precision, which is extremely rare in the chaotic cosmos. Even weirder, it was discovered by sheer chance when 2 different telescopes happened to spot it at the same moment. Scientists are utterly stumped. It could be a new type of star system or even new physics at play. But one thing's for sure, this blinking oddball is probably not alone out there in the great unknown. What's your wildest theory for this cosmic head-scratcher? Aliens? A glitch in the Matrix? We want to hear it. In the rural suburbs of Hiroshima, a tiny car company is shaking up Japan's sluggish EV market with the Mibot, a one-seater electric vehicle the size of a golf cart. At just $7,000, over half of the planned 3,300 Mibots are already pre-sold for production starting in October. While Japan has been slow on the electric uptake compared to the global surge, these tiny affordable EVs could be the perfect fit for narrow streets and shrinking rural populations. Despite early losses, the company aims to crank out 10,000 Mibots per year. The founder says it's high time Japan embraced a future of compact, personal electric cars. Like a modern-day Nissan Figaro for the eco-conscious crowd. Could tiny one-seater EVs catch on globally, or are they just a quirky Japanese fad? In a move that could sway tight election margins, the Supreme Court rejected a Republican bid to block the counting of provisional ballots in Pennsylvania. The GOP tried to stop voters who botched their mail-in ballots from casting a provisional vote instead. But SCOTUS passed on the case, leaving the state court ruling intact. If your mail ballot is tossed, you get a second chance at the polls. For a swing state like Pennsylvania, where races are won by razor-thin margins, this ruling could be the ballgame. It's one more reminder that the fundamental rules of American democracy are being rewritten in real time. Was SCOTUS right to allow provisional ballots, or does it open the door to potential fraud? How do you build a watch that costs more than most houses? Just ask Bugatti. The luxury car maker unveiled a timepiece that mirrors their iconic $3 million Chiron supercar. The Bugatti Chiron Tourbillon watch features a sculptural glass and metal case inspired by the Chiron's grille. But the piece de resistance is the working W16 engine model animated right on the watch face. It's like having a miniature Bugatti motor ticking away on your wrist. Only the ultra-wealthy 1% can afford this million-dollar feat of microengineering. But for gearheads with money to burn, it's the ultimate in automotive indulgence. Is the Bugatti watch brilliant craftsmanship or an absurd status symbol for the super-rich? In a potential game-changer for Alzheimer's diagnosis, Mayo Clinic researchers confirmed a simple blood test that can detect the disease with 95% accuracy. And get this, it costs just a fraction of current brain scans and spinal taps, with far less risk and hassle. The test measures a specific protein linked to the amyloid plaques that mark Alzheimer's disease. In outpatient trials, it performed nearly as well as hospital-grade biomarkers and equipment. This means the future of diagnosing one of humanity's most devastating conditions may not require high-tech imaging or invasive procedures, just a simple vial of blood. For millions at risk, this could be the breakthrough we've been waiting for. Could a cheap blood test be the key to catching Alzheimer's early and developing better treatments? While the West talks missiles and cyber attacks, China just dropped a new kind of battle plan total domination of the obscure science of measurement. The country's new 2030 metrology roadmap may sound boring, but it's a brilliant stealth strategy to win the tech race without firing a shot. Metrology is the ultra-precise measurement systems behind everything from microchips and quantum computers to GPS, AI, and cutting-edge weapons. If you can't measure something with extreme accuracy, you simply can't build or scale it. By setting the global standards for the invisible rulers of the future, China could quietly pull ahead of the West in fields we can barely imagine today. It's like rewriting the dictionary before anyone else knows the new words. Is China's metrology masterplan a clever way to gain a technological edge, or just ambition overreach? In a defiant message for Pride Month, Romanian politician George Simion declared he is proud of our national identity, brave heroes who fought for Romania, and great values inherited from ancestors, not twisted toxic ideologies. The leader of the conservative AUR party made it clear he rejects what he calls ideological imports in favor of traditional Romanian culture and beliefs. While his words sparked controversy, they also tapped into a growing populist backlash against progressive social movements across parts of Eastern Europe. As LGBTQ rights expand globally, the clash between modern values and deep-rooted traditions is heating up. Should nations resist ideological imports to preserve their unique identity and values? While Britain drowns in a cost-of-living crisis with tax hikes, defense cuts, and families struggling to afford dentists, the government is somehow finding £4.5 million per day to house asylum seekers in hotels. That's a staggering £15.3 billion over 10 years spent on migrant accommodations, more than enough to bolster the shrinking military or boost the failing health service. Opposition leader Keir Starmer vowed to end asylum hotels and save billions, but so far he's only shaved off a paltry £1 million from the colossal bill. It's a stark case of misplaced priorities as cash-strapped Brits face empty cupboards while the Treasury wines and dines economic migrants in comfort. Welcome to broken Britain indeed. Should the UK divert funds from migrant hotels to boost vital services and military, or is caring for asylum seekers the moral duty? In an unlikely meeting of polar opposites, Argentine presidential candidate Javier Milei sat down with Pope Francis at the Vatican this week. The talks were described as cordial and covered poverty, economic progress, social cohesion, and the usual nod to peace. But behind the diplomatic smiles were two radically different worldviews, the free market firebrand calling for sweeping disruption, and the leader of an ancient institution famously resistant to change. Still, the Vatican welcomed Milei, perhaps recognizing his rising populist power in Argentina. Because even after 2,000 years, the papacy knows this. Power respects power. From robots crashing science fairs to cosmic mysteries and political clashes, that's a wrap on another whirlwind of hard-hitting stories. Which mind-blowing reveal had your jaw on the floor? The $1M Bugatti watch, China's secret measurement war, or that blinking X-ray object in deep space? Drop your wildest theories in the comments and let's debate. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell, because on X News Now, you never know what insane story will break next. We'll see you next time for more news that hits harder than a rocket-powered golf cart.